I do not know if you are also feeling these extreme fluctuations in the energy field at this moment. There is a massive adventure currently underway, with all the energy surges, the complete confusion, and yes, ultimately these challenges that once again currently seem to be throwing us into a wild turmoil. All of this appears to have a purpose and significance. And as I observe this closely, all these experiences and energetic influences compel us to engage with an unknown being, namely ourselves. It is highly noticeable that only when we truly embrace and fully embody our authentic being are these processes even remotely bearable and ultimately manageable in any meaningful way. It feels like such a huge trip. It's incredibly exciting. It seems like something wants to shake loose within us. And for a large number of us, such intense processes of healing and awakening are currently being initiated and experienced. And I state unequivocally, irrespective of the intensity you may be experiencing at this moment, it is advantageous that it is in this manner. For we exist in a world that is shaped by the influence of technology and the influence of its high density of negative information, which has a profound impact on our lives. And that is the point where we as humans experience a disadvantage if we are not mindful of our actions and their consequences. The power required for the process of ascension is crucial. In doing so, we unintentionally undermine the connection to our inherent creator being, thus impeding our natural creative power and its expression in our lives. And this is genuinely quite fascinating. A growing number of people are becoming aware now of how we are integrated into a system that is designed to replace our freedom and individuality with control by the system, gradually eroding our autonomy and uniqueness in the process. And when I say an increasing number of people are realizing it, one must also say at that point, an increasing number of people are allowing this realization. Because in my belief, I am of the opinion that one can indeed recognize the whole, but not everyone is capable of allowing that. And when it comes to facing the fact, let's put it that way, head on, it requires a certain level of courage and openness. However, it is of utmost importance that we address this issue, hoping that some individuals may open up, because from this vortex of patronization, manipulation, and constraints, it will become increasingly difficult to break free if we do not continuously keep the transformation of our consciousness in focus and actively work towards overcoming these challenges that hinder our growth and liberation. Why is the transformation of our consciousness so significant? Because the solution to this highly deep-rooted and all-encompassing problem or confrontation does not lie in spiritual or general denial of reality, but also not really in denouncing the obvious, but in a very profound change, that is, the transformation of our consciousness and perception, which plays a crucial role in addressing and resolving this complex and pervasive issue we face. My name is Linda Giese. I have been working as a consciousness mentor for over 20 years. I am the author of the book Consciousness Next Level and the founder of the Science Potential Method. And the energies are boiling so intensely at this very moment, as if a significant breakthrough is on the verge of happening in the near future. And indeed, a large number of us have arrived at a highly critical stage of their inner journey of faith and self-discovery. Perhaps you also experience this. We are each at various stages in our individual journeys, but the current pressure we face is incredibly intense, causing us to perceive that something significant is unfolding. The present moment and our current location appear to be exceptionally unique, as though we have never reached this particular point previously. And I also observe that, we all observe that as a team with our participants. Each and every one of them is pushing themselves to their limits, one after the other. Tears and despair have been so prevalent in recent weeks, and then suddenly, bam, the breakthroughs. and the participants who are in that state are free from entanglements and self-sabotage, healed from primal wounds and traumas, clear, awake, present, and connected to their creative power. Why I'm telling you this is because this dynamic, I know it naturally, it's not new to me, I know it from the previous groups, of course. This is a highly prevalent procedure, yet it is currently experiencing a notably heightened level of intensity compared to usual. However, not just with the participants, but also with me, and with my teammates, yes, and with individuals I communicate with who are also on this journey, colleagues, yes. So, also from a professional standpoint, where I guide individuals in and through their transformation on a daily basis, from that perspective, I would like to inform you, if you are on the path, hang in there. It is definitely worth it. And be aware of where the challenge lies. That is the path to pursue in order to make progress and achieve success. And even if you believe that despite your efforts, the reality in your life is not changing, make sure to stay on your current path. For numerous individuals, the initial step is to start on the voyage of awareness, the driving force to alter their actuality. For most people, the process is as follows. We find ourselves in a state of dissatisfaction or depressive mood, unable to attract abundance or the right people into our lives. And then we set out in search of the meaning of our lives, and this search becomes a very urgent longing. And a lot of us then come to a point where they start to question, what the hell is my soul really attempting to communicate to me in this situation? What is this really about? What has my soul set out to do in this life? And what is the purpose of my existence? I do feel something there. What exactly is that? And if you find yourself at a similar point, and you also have the feeling that there is something, you know it, but you just cannot reach it no matter how hard you try, then I would like to invite you to our next Blueprint of Your Soul live show. Because this live show is free, and no, I will not say it, let us proceed in the text with the hyperlink to this live show, which you can locate in the link provided in the information box. I believe this is easiest for those who find it interesting. Take a look, and for all others, we will continue here for you, just briefly on the side. We will present you with fresh and extraordinary approaches there, pertaining to how you can decipher the meaning of your existence and the blueprint of your soul, and become the creator of your own reality and shape the world around you according to your desires and aspirations. And I think it is extremely important that we generally extract the subject of spirituality, teachings of existence, and our daily life in order to discover the significant secrets that our logical mind consistently fails to notice. When we experience a sense that something is stuck in our process of becoming aware, it is important that we make a conscious effort to break free from the conventional patterns of our self-sabotage programs, and that we liberate ourselves and also examine and free ourselves from the conditioning imposed on us by our society in order to become independent and self-aware individuals. Because by means of this, the gates of consciousness open again, allowing for renewed awareness, that are vital for our process of ascension, for our self-realization, for your self-determination, for the manifestation of your reality, and for the attainment of your inner freedom and personal growth. And the outcomes we accomplish as a consequence genuinely feel like magic, because you ultimately discover what you are searching for. And this is extremely thrilling at the moment, because what you seek you will find. What do I mean by that? Often we believe that only we as humans have a longing for something or someone, but it is more like what you desire is also seeking you. Your desires are not isolated. They are connected to a larger universal force that is actively working to bring them into reality. It is a fact that you can only experience a deep longing for something or someone who also feels a strong attraction to you, as this connection is founded on mutual feelings and desires that generate a potent bond between two individuals. We know such a classic example, we have pretty much accepted it, especially here in our spiritual world. This is an example of soulmates. We accept the theory that two individuals who belong together seek and ideally find each other in life. So the search originates from both sides, and individuals are attracted to one another like a magnet in life. Nevertheless, what about your incomprehensible yearning for a more fulfilling life, for optimal health, for prosperity, or for discovering your true calling and purpose in life? Have you ever wondered where this longing originates from? You can only experience a pull towards something that is a part of your own. Your dream partner already exists. Let's make it really simple. Your dream apartment too. Just like your calling, your health is already there, but so is your success, your financial abundance, your contribution to the world. Peace also already exists. Everything you desire already exists for you. It is akin to a puzzle piece that unequivocally belongs to you, but is inexplicably missing from the grand design of your life. Quite simple. This puzzle piece, it can only connect with you and with no one else, simply because you fit together in a unique way. So if you've ever done a puzzle, like a 1000 piece one, then you know there may be 1000 pieces, but there are only those two that belong together. And then they always dock into the appropriate puzzle. I truly believe not a 2D puzzle, but rather a multi-dimensional puzzle, which makes the whole thing very complex. That is the way our life is structured, and as a result, all of the things that you long for are already there waiting for you. And it's not just that you are seeking it, but the puzzle piece, so to speak, is also seeking you. And the question is, why is it so challenging in our lives to even locate our missing puzzle piece that perfectly fits and completes us? You know, typically we just always walk right by it blindly. And I have a very, very intriguing example there. I actually have quite a few examples, but let's really take Silke, because we were just talking about the topic of soulmates. And that was a very, very intriguing story with her. Silke came to us with an incredibly burning desire for her soulmate. And so she did at first. Firstly, she was almost desperate, that's very important, and she had had this deep feeling for about 5 years that she was waiting for a very specific man. I can recall vividly when I heard that for the first time, I thought, a little bit out there. However, she was an extremely competent and likable woman, and she possessed a profound conviction. And she also mentioned that she desires to work very deeply on herself, because she knew that it's there, but it has not yet been found. And the problem was that she couldn't even find advice from her friends anymore, as they also found the story very boring and unrealistic by now. It must be said quite clearly. And the true solution for Silke ultimately turned out to be incredibly simple and straightforward in the end. Initially, we discovered the blueprint of Silke's soul. Oh, and prior to that, it was essential for us, and it was significant for me, to come to an agreement that we would not address her desire in any way, such as partnership or soulmate, but instead concentrate solely on integrating the blueprint of her soul. So we have removed the last remnants of Silke's self-doubt and self-sabotage, healed the entanglements and other incrustations of suffering, trauma, and false beliefs. In a figurative sense, she has once again embraced her true and genuine identity as the original puzzle piece that perfectly fits into the world around her. You probably sense it, it's practically obvious. Your soulmate is here. However, what is extremely exciting, genuinely exciting, is the fact that she has been acquainted with him for nearly 5 years. However, both of them, and this is quite interesting, did not recognize each other as potential partners, so they could not perceive each other. Through the process of transformation, Silke was able to simply regain her initial form. This is figuratively speaking, yes, without a doubt. Talking about the soul's blueprint, I describe it as a puzzle piece so you can visualize it. Has she once again taken up residence in it and also addressed these incrustations, this bending and all of that, which have caused problems for her undock stations? Yes, we have somewhat resolved all of that, yes. It has returned back into clarity, enabling the two to locate each other once again. And this occurs through a profound transformation of our consciousness. This is a very simple story, and anyone can truly do this, because if we refuse the transformation of our consciousness, then we remain stuck in our rigid patterns and in our masquerades. We often bend ourselves so much until the puzzle pieces intended for us simply no longer fit, or the incrustations make it impossible for the puzzle pieces to even come together. Similar to a shell that has been in the water for too long, you've probably seen it before, it develops crusts, hardenings, and this simply has an impact on our undocking station. And irrespective of the intentions towards us, it is not possible for any object to dock with us. That's really exciting. You have to come up with that first, yes. But that's why it's so important for us to embark on this journey now. And yes, so that the big picture can also be found through it. Yes, because all the others can find themselves. If you as a puzzle piece can't dock in, you won't get anything out of it, yes. We've used that as an example in the context of love, but maybe we can also apply it to the topic of vocation. Because we were able to accompany a very exciting participant who is completely amazed at how simple and clear her vocation once lay before her. And above all, the simplicity and success of its implementation are remarkable. Since she no longer includes in her identification all that was instilled in her and what she herself has kept small, it is truly an impressive achievement. Yes, all those beliefs, she let go of all that. And I said she was in the beginning because she was incredibly desperate already, so she was really willing to work on herself. And she felt this urge for her vocation. And she had done a lot of coaching sessions, and she was deeply disappointed because she couldn't implement the topics or achieve her goals. That was almost a reason why she wouldn't have booked with us, because she simply said they all say the same thing, they just promise a lot with their methods, but that doesn't bring me anything. I'm quite glad that we can convince you that it's not about this method with us, but that it's about you. It is you who ultimately solidifies and takes shape in your amazing, strong and powerful being, embodying your true essence and potential in a magnificent way. And I believe it is also highly significant to understand that it is about you. And of course, if you adopt patterns from others, no matter how good they may be, it can have a profound impact on your own growth and development. Success cannot come to you in that way. It's like if, going back to the example of the 1,000-piece puzzle, you simply lose patience and grab a hammer, trying to force the puzzle pieces together. That simply does not work. What is intriguing, though, is that this participant's vocation was right in front of her the entire duration of the experiment. However, it is precisely these strengths from which her vocation has emerged that she completely rejected because she has consistently clashed with these inherent strengths throughout her career. And it's totally amazing how she now shines and confidently presents herself as a successful entrepreneur with an ability that she is so good at, that she believed this ability was A, nothing special, and B, even a weakness instead of a strength. And merely because she was ahead of others at that particular point in time, even as a young individual, because she simply possessed a different perspective than others, because she was bothersome by acknowledging weaknesses, posing bothersome questions, and reaching different conclusions than others. And the rejection she encountered on numerous occasions as a consequence, time and time again, caused her to believe that something was incorrect with her. Furthermore, just to add, I have an extensive collection of over 800 examples similar to that in stock. Therefore, it is imperative that you do not allow anyone to dictate how you should be, how you should approach tasks, and above all, what you are not capable of. Liberate yourself from all the bullshit that has been taught to you during your journey and has obscured your path. The development and expansion of consciousness and perception are the pathway to attaining true freedom and unlocking the boundless potential within ourselves and the world around us. Certain individuals consume psychedelics for the purpose of expanding their consciousness and enhancing their awareness. Yes, in order to attain this heightened level of awareness. However, honestly, it is not suitable or appropriate for everyone. Yes, not suitable for all. I know both. Just say you don't need it. Not for everyone. Yes, it's clearly not a must. Yes. Primarily, a clear and conscious exploration of the needs and the truth of your soul is paramount, as this leads to remarkable changes in your external reality. And you commence the process of writing your own personal success story, above all by leaving your old painful story behind and focusing on creating a new narrative of triumph. Simply conclude the excruciating chapter, conclusion of the narrative, that is sufficient. Individuals who embark on this transformative journey also consistently report profound and remarkable changes in their inner reality and overall perception of life. And the majority of those on the spiritual path are aware that our inner reality is responsible for creating the outer reality. That is the reason why it is extremely important for something to undergo a change in our inner reality. And there exist highly specific alterations of immense importance that cannot be understated in their significance. In these individuals, inner lightness, strength, and focus take immediate precedence and exert a dominant influence. They possess mindfulness, prioritize self-care, and are impervious to manipulation techniques and influence. The mist of self-doubt and disorientation fades away, revealing clarity and a sense of direction in its absence. And all of a sudden, everything becomes completely clear and understandable. We refer to the entire process as an ascension process. Ultimately, it is a journey of healing to ourselves, and at this moment we are experiencing this process with such intensity, and for many individuals it is indeed a burden, a real burden that weighs heavily on them and impacts their lives in profound ways. And you truly have to desire it, because once you commence, there is no possibility of going back. I really have to say this very clearly. When the process is underway, it's underway. And it requires courage, determination, and the willingness to delve into the deepest shadows of your being and clean up there, as well as to question your beliefs. Your deepest inner beliefs about yourself, but also about the world, your perspective on everything. All of this will undergo a shift in such a way that even the higher perceptions can come into existence. Yes, that is the reason why I love to say it again. It is an enormous adventure that is currently in progress and continues to captivate me. All of the energy boosts, confusions, and challenges that currently have an impact on us in the image call serve a specific and meaningful purpose. They oblige us to actively participate in the enigmatic entity that resides within us, the unexplored depths of our own being. I'm really curious, like a bowstring, to see how you resonate with this podcast episode here today. I am extremely thrilled for your comment. How are you currently? What are you currently experiencing? How do you experience the present time? What topics are occupying your mind? What challenges are you facing? But also, what goals are you striving for? Let's have a conversation about this, because I know it is very advantageous for us as a community when we feel that it is not just challenging for us, but others feel the same way as well. And if you would like, let us also connect on Instagram, get in touch. I regularly share beautiful, short, centered pushes for you, providing tips on how you can maintain your energy field and encouraging you to ask yourself the right questions here and there. I would be extremely delighted. So, with love, I wish you all the best. Looking forward to seeing you in the live show. Your sister in spirit, Linda.